Have you ever looked at and thought, man, that's a great source of renewable energy? Well, it actually has decent potential to be one. In the ancient times of the 1930s, a man named Enrico Fermi was doing one of the most scientific things at the time, hurling neutrons at the newly discovered uranium atoms. This was in an attempt to create elements heavier than uranium, but unfortunately it seemed like Fermi was unable to do this. I bet throwing atoms at each other to create new heavier atoms will never work. A proposed reason for why this was occurring was that instead of uranium simply not gaining weight, it was breaking up the uranium atom to create smaller elements. This idea was published in a paper, but wasn't acknowledged by the scientific community for the simple fact that it was written by a woman. The concept wasn't revisited until 1938 when two physicists were attempting to do what Fermi had tried to do 4 years earlier, and discovered that there were traces of barium in the uranium decay. In complete bafflement of how this could be, they sent a letter to physicist Otto Frisch. Otto was on a Christmas vacation at the time, but once he saw the letter, he was equally baffled and took some time out to figure out what on earth was going on. He came to the conclusion that the uranium nucleus had done something he thought to be impossible. It had split in two. Fellow physicist Lisa Meitner described the process with a water drop, imagining the droplet being the nucleus of the uranium atom. When hit in a specific way, the drop can stretch and split into two smaller and lighter drops. This discovery was first harnessed in the early 1940s when the first nuclear reactor was built in Chicago, where the power of an atom splitting was used to create electricity. This opened the door to an amazing new source of energy. Nuclear energy was carbon-free, bringing a large amount of energy which could be run for a small sum of money after the initial building fee. This sounds great. I don't think anything about this could possibly go wrong. Oh. Chernobyl and other nuclear meltdowns were and still are a serious danger to the environment and everyone who lived nearby. This also made the world quite frightened of nuclear energy, despite how safe it is for the vast majority of the time. At the end of the day, though, the answer for if nuclear energy is safe is pretty clear. Nuclear.